Hi, this is me describing my token economy. In another video, I've got a video of me doing some of the interventions I did at home. This is just me describing the token economy. So I had five behaviors initially tracked, which were exercise for 40 minutes a day, as defined as a behavior done either specifically or partially for the physical exertion. Sleep in bed by midnight on school days and 2 on non-school days. The individual needed to be in bed with the entire pre-bed repertoire completed, which included outerwear laid out, teeth brushed, alarm set, caffeine pills in pocket by the specified time. So if I hadn't gotten into bed by midnight with that repertoire done before, it didn't count. I need to wear my wedding ring outside of the house. So I normally keep it on a cup handle, and when my wife left for work, I would take it off the cup handle and string it through the chain on the door, as a way just to not be able to forget. I was not to engage in any personal computer use before I left for school. So when I was done the night before, I would take a cup and put it over top of the power button as a way to add a little bit of response cost and add one additional behavior before I was able to press the power button. Lastly, I wanted to be out of the house by 9:30, which meant everything done. So when I left the house, I couldn't just open the door, walk out, and walk back in and call it good. I actually had to leave the house with my outerwear on, backpack on, all of my accessories like my phone, my wallet, my glasses, on person, leaving the house to be counted. Each one of these behaviors were counted once a day. It was sort of a either did or didn't happen. So there were days where, like today, I didn't leave the house until 10:30, something like that, and there's no way to go back and do that again. I hypothesized that the function of this behavior, I hypothesized that the function of the maladaptive behavior was escape. So by not getting up and going to school, I wasn't getting my work done in a timely fashion or in a way that reduced my anxiety. It raised my anxiety. So I wanted to put in place a token economy to address the barriers that were inhibiting me from getting to school when I wanted to. So you could call these barriers or abolishing operations. I think I call them both in my plan. But I was targeting those in the hope of, if those reduced, the other behaviors would increase. In retrospect, and probably if we have to do this again, I will track the behaviors that increased as well as these behaviors to see if that changed. The preference hierarchy was really simple. Since it's personal and not done by anyone else, I just was attempting to get back to the natural reinforcers that normally affect behavior. So in this case, lower level of anxiety going in to classes every day, and more effective use of work. So by making 9:30 to 5 my work time, and making 7 to midnight free time, it really, I want to retrack that during, if we do this again. I'm kind of assuming we're doing this again. It made it so I was more on task during that work time. There was less off-task time, so like YouTube breaks or Facebook breaks, that was lessened, it felt like. I should track that, but I think it was. Because when I got home, every once in a while I'd work on schoolwork. There's a couple things I just wanted to get in place for the next day, but at home time was treated at home time. So I had to do dishes, prep dinner, and then work out starting this week. I actually didn't put any interventions into the workout, and because of that, there were whole days where I just didn't do it. So I have to find a way on days. I need to put into place an intervention that ignores the days that I walk or don't walk, because I don't really have an ability to control those days. There's things I have to do with my car, so interventions have to be put in place there. Anything else? I was using Habitica, like a token economy, so I think mostly I want to say some of the issues I had with it. Habitica, because it's a personal token economy, it doesn't actually track the desired behaviors. The only thing Habitica actually tracks is you clicking on that little plus arrow. That's the only thing that's actually reinforced. And it's your personal thing to only click that up arrow when you've actually completed the behavior described. But you are punished, not just you, but your fellow classmates are punished, and therefore you're socially punished for not completing, especially your dailies. Even if your dailies aren't, quote-unquote dailies. They're not things. So getting out of the house at 9:30 on class days wasn't things I needed to do on the weekend. So on Saturday, I did no dailies. I did none of my dailies. And it hurt everyone else in the crew. So that was a little bit frustrating, because I just put it out of my mind that I didn't even check Habitica because I wasn't in school mode. So that was an issue. I also found it frustrating to start, and then people were using it differently, or weren't using it at all and thought it was just like a fun thing to do, or a bunch of other stuff. But what that meant was you'd be progressing at a certain rate, and other people would be progressing much faster. They would be progressing at such a rate that it made it seem unfair and less fun, which made it less reinforcing, which made it less of an effective token economy. It also has in-game currency, which I understand from a business perspective that they need that, but it sort of takes away from the point for me that you can just buy your way out. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope this is what you want. I don't know. We'll see.